In the heart of Igbo land, rich in culture and tradition, lay the serene and mystical Oguta Lake. The lake was the lifeblood of the village of Oguta, providing water, fish, and a sense of tranquility to its people. Its shimmering waters held countless secrets and were a source of many legends passed down through generations. One such legend was that of the golden fish, a creature said to possess the power to grant wishes, but with a hidden and terrible cost. Chidi, a spirited and curious 12-year-old boy, had heard this legend many times from his grandmother, Neka. Neka was a repository of the village's lore, her mind a rich tapestry of stories and traditions. Each evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the village was bathed in the soft glow of twilight, Chidi would sit by the fire, eagerly awaiting Neka's tales. One evening, as the crickets chirped and the fire crackled softly, Neka began the story once more. Her voice, weathered yet strong, carried the weight of history. Long ago, in a time when the spirits of the land walked among us, there was a fisherman named Okeke. He was a humble man, known for his kindness and his respect for the spirits of the lake. One day, as he cast his net into the water, he caught something extraordinary, a fish made entirely of gold. Chidi's eyes widened with wonder. Did the fish really talk, Neka? Neka nodded, a knowing smile on her lips. Yes, my child. The golden fish spoke to Okeke and offered to grant him any wish he desired. But the fish warned him its gift came with a price. Okeke, overwhelmed by the fish's beauty and the promise of prosperity, wished for wealth beyond measure. The next day, his humble heart was filled with gold and treasures, but soon, he realized the cost of his greed. The lake began to wither, its waters darkening, and the village fell into disarray. Chidi listened intently, his imagination painting vivid pictures of the events. What happened to Okeke, Neka? Okeke, realizing his mistake, returned to the lake and pleaded with the fish to take back the wish. The fish, moved by his sincerity, reversed the wish, but not without a final warning. It told Okeke that true wealth lies not in gold, but in the harmony of the land and the happiness of the people. As the story concluded, Chidi sat in silence, absorbing the lesson. The legend of the golden fish had always fascinated him, but tonight, it stirred something deeper within him, a longing to uncover the truth behind the tale. The next morning, Chidi awoke with a sense of purpose. He decided to visit his best friend, Obina, and share his newfound resolve. Obina was a year older than Chidi, intelligent and resourceful, with an adventurous spirit that matched his own. Together, they had explored every nook and cranny of their village, but today, they were setting their sights on the greatest adventure of all, unraveling the mystery of Oguta Lake. Obina, we need to find the golden fish, Chidi announced as he arrived at her home. Obina raised an eyebrow, her curiosity piqued. And why do you want to do that, Chidi? Chidi recounted Neka's story, emphasizing the part about the fish's ability to grant wishes. I believe there's some truth to it. We need to see it for ourselves. Obina pondered for a moment before nodding. Alright, Chidi. But we must be careful. If the legend is true, we need to understand the consequences of our actions. With a sense of excitement and caution, the two friends set off towards Oguta Lake. The path was familiar, lined with towering trees and vibrant flowers, their colors dancing in the morning sunlight. As they neared the lake, the air grew cooler, and the sound of water lapping against the shore filled their ears. Oguta Lake was as beautiful as ever, its waters reflecting the sky like a mirror. Chidi and Obina stood at the water's edge, their reflections merging with the ripples. Taking a deep breath, Chidi called out, "Golden fish, if you are real, show yourself." For a moment, there was nothing but the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant chirping of birds. Then, the water began to stir. Slowly, a brilliant glow emerged from the depths, growing brighter until the golden fish appeared before them, its scales shimmering like molten gold. Chidi and Obina gasped in unison. The fish was more magnificent than they had imagined. It spoke in a voice that was both melodic and ancient. Who dares summon the golden fish? Chidi stepped forward, his voice steady despite the awe he felt. I am Chidi, and this is my friend Obina. We have come to seek the truth of the legend. The fish regarded them with its wise eyes. Many have sought my gifts, but few have understood the cost. What is it that you desire? Chidi glanced at Obina before answering. We wish for prosperity and happiness for our families and our village. The fish's glow intensified, casting long shadows on the shore. Very well. Your wish shall be granted. But remember, true prosperity comes from balance and harmony. Beware the shadows of greed. With those words, the golden fish disappeared into the depths, leaving Chidi and Obina standing in awe. The following morning, Chidi and Obina awoke to find their village transformed. Homes that were once modest were now filled with gold and treasures. The villagers, initially overjoyed, celebrated their newfound wealth, dancing and singing in the streets. Chidi's family, too, was astonished at the sudden change. Their once simple home was now adorned with golden artifacts, and their faces beamed with happiness. Udoma, the village chief, heard of the miraculous events and came to investigate. Udoma was a stern but fair leader, deeply respected by the villagers. He arrived at Chidi's home, his regal presence commanding attention. Chidi, I have heard of the wonders that have befallen your family and our village. Tell me, how did this come to pass? Udoma asked, his voice both curious and authoritative. Chidi, feeling a mix of pride and apprehension, recounted their encounter with the golden fish. Udoma listened intently, his expression thoughtful. While this fortune is a blessing, we must tread carefully. Wealth can bring joy, but it can also bring envy and discord. As days turned into weeks, Udoma's words proved prophetic. The village, once united and harmonious, began to fracture. Greed and jealousy seeped into the hearts of the villagers. Neighbor turned against neighbor, and friendships were strained. The once lively market became a place of competition and bitterness. Chidi watched in dismay as the joy of the village turned to chaos. He confided in Obina, who shared his concerns. We need to do something, Chidi. This is not the prosperity we wished for. Determined to find a solution, Chidi visited Neka, seeking her wisdom. Neka, who had also noticed the village's growing discord, welcomed her grandson with open arms. Chidi, my dear, I have seen the changes in our village. The golden fish's gift has come with a heavy price. Chidi nodded, his eyes filled with resolve. We need to reverse the wish, Neka. The village is suffering. Neka placed a gentle hand on Chidi's shoulder. The golden fish warned of the shadows of greed. You must return to the lake and find a way to undo the wish. Remember, true wealth lies in harmony and balance. With Neka's words echoing in his mind, Chidi and Obina set off for Oguta Lake once more. The path seemed longer and more treacherous this time, as if the forest itself sensed their desperation. When they arrived at the lake, the water was darker, and the air was heavy with an ominous silence. Chidi called out again, his voice trembling with urgency. Golden fish, we need your help. The village is in turmoil. The water stirred, and the golden fish appeared, its glow dimmer than before. You have seen the cost of your wish. What do you seek now? Chidi's voice was resolute. We wish to reverse our previous wish. The village's happiness is more important than gold. The fish regarded them solemnly. To reverse the wish, you must solve a riddle about the true meaning of wealth and happiness. Only then can the balance be restored. Chidi and Obina exchanged determined glances. We are ready, Obina said confidently. The golden fish began to speak, its voice resonating with the wisdom of ages. Here is the riddle, I am not measured by gold or silver, yet I am the most precious of all. I cannot be bought, but I am earned through actions great and small. What am I? Chidi and Obinna pondered the riddle, their minds racing. They sat by the water's edge, discussing possible answers. It must be something that brings true happiness, Obinna mused. Something that can't be bought with wealth. Chidi nodded, deep in thought. Nneka always said that true wealth lies in harmony and balance. What if the answer is something related to that? As they deliberated, they observed the lake's surroundings. The plants and animals seemed to be struggling, reflecting the imbalance brought by their wish. Chidi suddenly had a realization. I think the answer is contentment. When people are content with what they have, they are truly wealthy. Obinna smiled, seeing the truth in Chidi's words. Yes, contentment brings peace and harmony. It makes sense. They approached the golden fish once more, confidence in their voices. The answer to your riddle is contentment, Chidi declared. The fish's glow brightened, a sign of approval. You have answered wisely. Contentment is indeed the true measure of wealth. I will reverse your wish and restore the balance. With those words, the fish's glow enveloped the lake, spreading a sense of tranquility. The water cleared, and the natural beauty of Oguta Lake was restored. The village, too, felt the change. The gold and treasures vanished, replaced by the simple but meaningful life they once knew. Chidi and Obinna returned to the village, where they were greeted with smiles and gratitude. He praised them for their bravery and wisdom. You have shown great courage and understanding. The village owes you a debt of gratitude. Nneka, beaming with pride, embraced her grandson. You have learned an important lesson, Chidi. True wealth is found in the harmony of our lives and the contentment in our hearts. The villagers gathered to celebrate the return of Oguta Lake's beauty and the restoration of their simple, harmonious life. Traditional dances and music filled the air, and the village was once again united in joy. As the celebrations continued, Chidi and Obinna reflected on their journey. They had not only uncovered the truth behind the legend but had also learned a valuable lesson about the true meaning of wealth and happiness. Their adventure became a new story, one that Nneka would tell to future generations. Chidi's family, though no longer surrounded by gold, found joy in the simple pleasures of life. The village thrived in its natural beauty, and the lessons learned from the golden fish were remembered by all. The legend of the golden fish lived on, but now it carried a new message, one of balance, harmony, and the true essence of contentment. As the years passed, Chidi and Obinna grew into wise and respected members of their community. They often shared their story with others, inspiring them to seek true wealth in the contentment of their hearts and the harmony of their surroundings. Oguta Lake remained a symbol of this wisdom, its serene waters reflecting the unity and peace of the village. And so, the legend of the golden fish continued to echo through the generations, reminding all who heard it that the greatest treasures are not found in gold or silver, but in the simple, profound beauty of a life lived in harmony with nature and with each other.